You and I are like sisters. Sisters. Hallie, we're like twins. It's just a great movie. It's funny. It's adventurous. That's where we're eating. It's good for a whole family.
Oh, honestly, you'll have much more fun without me.
I connected with it because it's like me. I'm Annie.
Stay here. I'll get your slippers.
Okay. I'm waiting for my
We need
shoes.
some slippers.
Waiting for shoes? So bring them in. You gotta go.
I can't.
I guess you're not 10 anymore. I gotta go.
Mommy, my mom will do it. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, because I'm an elderly woman. She doesn't want to do it today.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, you grew, Liz.
So looking for a kid that could really hold your attention on the big screen. Saw Lindsay on a tape from New York, and there was just something electric about this kid.
I was so nervous because there's like 50 million people there. And so I wake up in the morning and they called me, and then everyone's screaming at their house saying, I got the part. So I started jumping on the bed. My dad started crying. 2 seconds after that, I called my mom, and they all started crying. So I found out in a really cool way.
Hi, Hallie. Becca, what do you do on this movie? I take care of Lindsay.
Hi, Brad. Michael, look. This is my brother. Mom, are you there? Hey, Mom. This is my sister, Aliana. This is Nancy, the director. Sean, sound department. That's Dean. She's our director of photography. That's Totem Pole. I thought Camp Walden was really fun because there were a lot of girls there because I'm all around adults. I have to do school. School is like every other second I have to go to school.
This is Adria, Lindsay's teacher. And this is a typical event, Lindsay being dragged off to school like this. Bye, Lindsay.
Bye.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Energy. And push. Now that sword goes into the air. So it flies in the air. Spins in the air. She catches it here. She'll leap up. You'll see her spin up and you'll see her come in.
Annie is winning a fencing competition, and Hallie gets jealous because Annie hits her and then she falls into a trough, a water trough, and then Annie goes to help Hallie out, and she pulls her in. Sorry, let me help you. No, let me help you. What did you do that for?
This will overlap. They will mime the last get out, take off the masks.
Hair's wet,
Yeah.
backs are wet, tushes are wet. Key thing about the movie that I think makes it so loved is that the fantasy that there's another you out there. It's been a tremendous amount of work for her to be able to prepare these two characters.
She makes me feel so comfortable being an actress and playing two roles.
She's completely on top of how she has to transform from one character to the next.
Toodaloo. Deal me in. It gets a little confusing sometimes. I mean, once the whole thing, I have a photo double and I started saying all the other lines.
We try to have fun, honestly.
That sounded good.
We try to keep the set loose. We play music, we play games. We have a full rehearsal, don't jump.
Morning, Marvas. Marvas!
Marvas, and then you're tagging behind a little bit.
I know.
You have to go with them.
Whenever I have a chance and I have a break, she'll let me call action and she'll let me help her. It's really fun. She's really cool.
People will ask me all the time, oh, you know, what two girls are playing, and they forget that it's one girl doing a fabulous acting job as Miss Lindsay Lohan.
I love to act. I mean, when I grow up, I want to be like Jodie Foster and go to a good college and act and direct.
11 years old.
It's annoying, quite frankly. She's that young and that good.
11, I was still stumbling around on... I liked mucking around on a stage, you know, but that was about as far as it got, you know, kind of going, and the angel of the Lord came down, and lo, he's... And, you know, the nativity plays and doing all this kind of stuff. That was it.
Simon, he's funny. The scenes we do together are really goofy.
Have fun, old bean.
Am I gonna catch the chocolate now?
They play this terrible prank on the both of us, and we end up in a terrible mess.
Hallie goes into Annie's bunk and puts all chocolate syrup and everything all over.
With the shot?
Like a hot fudge sundae.
It's for insurance purposes.
This is gonna be fun.
Right.
We had to, of course, do it again.
That was great.
We're a hazard here.
Look at you, look at her.
Was it really chocolate?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Really chocolate. I think it's still in my whistle.
You and you pack your bags.
Do we need to go over what the left foot is again? Okay, everyone raise your left hand. Everybody look straight down from their left hand. That is your left foot. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Oh, girls, you're beautiful. Stop!
You two. The isolation cabin.
When they're in the isolation cabin, they realize how everything comes together. And Annie says, "Don't you realize what's happening? I mean, we look so much alike." And then so everything starts to happen. They cut each other's hair, they pierce each other's ears, and then they start acting like the opposite person, and then they switch places. And that's when they go to Napa and then to London. Oh gosh, it's him.
Hey, Hal! Welcome home, kiddo. It's a single father, basically, is what I'm doing. And you know, fathers are different now than they were a generation ago. They're sort of more hands-on, and I think that's what Nick is.
See if you can make it as big as I do it.
Okay, as opposed to good acting, do bigger.
He makes everything fun. Even if he's had the worst day of his life, for other actors, he'll make it fun.
What's so funny?
He's always happy. I mean, he just did like 5 scenes in a row going into water, and he's still happy.
I have no comment on that. I don't even know it.
You don't look like I said you look like. I've been to London and everything before, but I got to go there. I got to meet Meg Ryan. I met Matt LeBlanc. and he was really nice.
Royal salute. Set. Arms. Arms.
That was nice.
And good. Cut.
It was fun. Mother, you're back.
It seems like it's been forever.
You have no idea.
I think Elizabeth has felt she has this, it's like having this terrible secret locked inside her, and a piece of her is never there because her other daughter isn't with her.
She has like a great heart, and everything that she does comes from her heart, so she's really sweet.
So because I'm English, of course I have a butler, like all English people do. We sit down for silver service tea every day. Oh, Martin.
I think they have a thing about butlers. They like butlers, I think.
I have a Bentley and a chauffeur, and I live in this extraordinary house near Harrods.
A famous Victorian house built in 1870. This is Kensington High Street at the western end, leading over that way to the most fashionable area of London and the most beautiful area of London, which is called Holland Park.
I think Elizabeth has a pretty good life. She also happens to be a designer of wedding gowns. What, you know, can't think of anything more romantic and feminine than that.
Action!
Hi, Vendela.
Hi, sorry, we don't know what to do with the veil.
My mom is too cool.
This is Meredith Blake.
Hi. Meredith is she's very confident, career woman, knows what she wants, knows how to go after it, and isn't gonna let anything stand in her way.
She can't stand Meredith. You know, nothing about her that she likes. And she's jealous, too.
Her dad gets engaged and she gets so mad that there's this skinny, slinky 26-year-old prancing around, always with her dad calling him Nicky.
I'm not the bad guy. You know, I'm just doing what I want to do. Who's laughing? I can't quite say that I'm the villain, but I know everybody else will think that.
So they have to figure out a way to get him and Elaine, Dennis Quaid and Elaine Hendricks, in a fight.
Trust me, I'm not a big nature girl.
But this is your chance to really get to know the girls. I mean, after all, starting next week, they're half yours.
When they're going up the mountain, they put a lizard on her water bottle. And she always screams. When they're up sleeping one night, they take her, put her on a mattress, and they drag her into a lake, and they push her off.
What if she picks her nose or something?
That would be funny.
Something like that.
Picks their nose in their sleigh.
No, come on, you're gonna...
Scratches her butt or something like that.
All right, upsy daisy. Over. The girls want you to do something
You gotta
gross
scratch
to
your
crack
butt.
them up. So you surprise them in your sleep. No.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Annie, Kelly, what are you doing? Get it in the water. Don't be afraid of it. Keep pulling. Freeze for Citra. Bye, Elaine. And cut. That's a wrap. Bye, Elaine. We'll see you Monday. Elaine, you got wet?
Yeah.
And then the next morning, she gets in a fight with Dennis and she throws her wedding ring at his head, and then that's it.
And then I'd like to do a pickup where it's just a... Okay, here we go. Slap. Yeah. Oh, man. Cut. I'm done.
There's something about the original Parent Trap that is so incredibly appealing. When both my girls hit about 7 years old, it was like the tape played on a loop over and over and over in our house all the time. And I found myself just falling for this movie all over again.
Let's get together, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why don't you and I combine? We be a crazy team. Why don't we make this scene together? Let's get together, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why don't you and I combine? First Parent Trap. I love that movie because it's so funny. And I love Taylor Mills in it.
Hi, Peanut.
Hi, Dad. And I love Joanna Barnes in it.
First change I make in that household, off she goes to a boarding school in Switzerland.
Nancy and Charles said how much their girls had loved the original Parent Trap. And they wondered, since I had been the heavy in the first one, if I would play the mother of the heavy in this one. I said, that is a terrific idea.
She's great looking. She has a lot of style.
I'm Vicky.
Like a really great old-fashioned movie star. She's completely natural and comfortable in front of the camera.
Oh, God, the woman you love too. Hey, the idea of doing it 37 years later just knocks me dead. Thank you for the chance. I'm sorry. Hello, pet. You may call me Aunt Vicky.
You're an adorable thing.
The thing with the Parent Trap is that there are certain dated things in it.
But who could possibly be sending her a telegram?
I like the first Parent Trap. This one has some changes, but I mean it's updated, so good luck.
We tried very hard to build up the romantic stuff between the parents.
Fundamentally, it's boy loses girl. How does it work? Boy loses girl, boy gets girl, boy gets... Anyway, they get back together again.
Once they get together, it's really obvious that they can never be pulled apart again, of course.
Come on, Nick, what do you expect? To live happily ever after?
Yes.
We all want a happy ending in life. We all want our parents to be together and live happily ever after.
We've all had that person in our past that we've never seen again. And what would it be like if we saw them? There's a lot of that in this movie. Seeing that old love again, and who knows? Maybe some people are meant to be together.
We actually did it.
I think we have one of the best kisses in this movie that I've seen in a really, really long time.
And then they get together. It's really cool. Look, I can do you already. Yes, you want to know the difference between us? I have class and you don't.
A dialect coach is someone who teaches an actor how to sound like they have an accent.
And we do all kinds of warm-ups and exercises.
We'll have them stretch out their lips.
We war, we war, war, war.
Make faces like this.
O-I-E.
Can I try by myself?
Mm-hmm.
O-I-E.
Good, round more for the O.
O-I-E.
Good.
And that way, you get used to feeling what these muscles feel like when you use them. And then when you talk, you need to use them quite a bit more actively than you would in an American accent.
Hal, I'm desperate. Dad's getting married. What do you mean getting married? I mean black tie, white gown, the whole enchilada. What?
We have a tendency to say, you know, call instead of cool. So there are a lot of things like that with a British dialect that Americans are not really used to doing. Let's do this one. This is a big one. I don't have a father.
I don't have a father, actually. I don't have a father, actually.
I mean, I had one once.
I mean, I had one once. I mean, I had one once, I suppose.
I suppose.
I suppose.
But my parents divorced.
But my parents divorced. But my parents divorced years ago.
Okay, this is still a little funny here because you're kind of going pa instead of pe, like pet. Can you say pet?
Pet.
Pe.
Pet.
Rinse.
Rinse.
Parents.
Parents.
Good.
But my parents divorced years ago. Like that?
Yes, let's go on.
My mother never even mentions him.
My mother never even mentions him.
My mother never even mentions him.
Very good.
It's like he evaporated into thin air or something. It's like he evaporated into thin air or something.
Right, so that you link that R. So that there's no R really at the end of the word air. It's soft, right? So you start it by linking the R from air to it, and you go era something.
So it's like error?
Yeah.
Kind of like error, but...
Kind of, yes, exactly, exactly.
Don't you realize what's happening? Don't you realize what's happening? Don't you find it peculiar that we both look so much alike and have the same birthday?
That's pretty good. Let's try it again. Don't you realize what's happening?
Think about it. Don't you realize what's happening?
What?
What?
Remember when we did apologize? Try that. Apologize. Oh. Say ox.
Ox.
Honest.
Honest.
John.
John.
Hot.
Hot.
Not.
Not.
What?
What?
Say not happening.
Not happening.
Good.
What happening?
Not happening.
Not happening.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Good.
There's really no difference in teaching an English accent to someone from Iowa or from New York because you're really just going from their own sounds to the new sounds. They're going to have a given set of sounds, and then they need to learn these new sounds for the new accent.
The main challenge is to creating a twin out of a single person. Our attention to details, it's meticulous. I mean, you're actually down to small things that most people would never ever see. Of course, these days when you have a DVD and everybody can go through and freeze frame by frame, now we have to cover everything. We can't let anything slide anymore.
I go as the other one character, and I act with a photo double.
Who's this?
This is my photo double.
But you're in a lot of the shots.
You just shoot over the top of the shoulder, behind one of the stand-ins, so you see the back of them with the real actor. Then you go around for the opposite shot, opposite direction, and you just obviously switch them around. At least half a dozen different girls who are stand-ins who basically are all the same size, same hair color, all look very much like Lindsay from behind or from the side, similar sort of look. It was actually quite fun when we went to the cast and crew party, and here were half a dozen of these girls, including Lindsay, all exactly the same height, with the same hair, walking around and giggling the same way. It's very, very enchanting.
Making the illusion that there are two Lindsays in one shot. They shoot Lindsay twice. They shoot her standing on the right, and then they shoot her standing on the left.
The second time around, I have what's called an earwig, which has my voice recorded on it, so that I have timing.
The earwigs, or the earpiece, is custom molded to her ear, so it will fit nobody else. These are tiny wireless speakers. Lindsay's not the only one that's worn them. Dennis wore them, and Natasha wore them, and all the actors wore them whenever they were involved in one of the shots.
This is a digital audio workstation called Pro Tools. So we've already recorded her as the first character, and this is what it looks like. And we also put in some cue beeps for her in case she has to come in at a certain moment. This will be beamed into the actress's ear to keep her timing every time.
I had to do one at camp, and it was really hard because me and me had to grab food at the same time, so it had to be timed perfectly, and that was pretty hard because I didn't know. So I usually go off my lines or other people's lines. So But I mean, it's pretty easy once you get used to it.
And then we take both film clips, basically cut off the right half of one and marry it to the other half.
Move aside, dear. No, really, I insist. I can't let you go in there. Actually, we're all quite fine in here.
Here's an example of the process called blue screen, where we put an actress in front of the blue. What we can do in the computer is just take out anything that's blue and replace it with what's called a matte,
which is just a black and white version of the shot. And this acts as your cookie cutter to cut her out of this shot and put her in the final composite. Once it's moving, it looks very convincing and nice.
Here's an example of a switcheroo. Watch the hand at the beginning here. That's a double, but it's kept in the frame because you can't tell who it is.
This they shot on a blue screen as well, created a matte, cut her out, and place her on the back.
The blue screen element is very clever because by putting the blue screen reflected in the mirror, you get all the reflections in the bevel of the glass are all preserved also. You see the final thing. Here's the double's hand going up, puts the mirror in position, then cleans out from the frame before she comes in. All this stuff with the eye contact is what really sells it. The fact she's really talking to herself.
I mean, come on, get real.
One of the terms you'll hear a lot with visual effects is the term motion control. Motion control is basically taking a motion picture camera and putting it on a robot. So the robot has control over where the camera moves. It's all programmed through a computer. On Parent Trap, you'll photograph one of the actors doing their moves, saying their lines. The camera will be moved through it basically by hand. That move will be recorded. Then when the second piece is done, that computer will take over the control of the camera and the entire camera will move through space sort of magically, fun to watch, as it does the same thing.
Before we got to the final composite, we make an outline of the actor and we can animate that outline to follow the actor around. And that cuts a matte, which is like a cookie cutter. So we can pick them up off their scene and drop them into another scene. Also using motion control for the pan, you have Lindsay panning to Lindsay.
When they were first trying motion control, I did it at Boss Films, and they recorded me with another video camera. And then I watched myself off the camera. And then we tried it, and it was really difficult.
Having a stand-in instead of a monitor gives the actor someone to play off of. So for performance purposes, it's going to be better for them.
Lindsay gets to look in exactly the right place for the right eye height. All the stand-ins are exactly the same height.
The stand-in will actually reflect light and cast shadows, making it easier and more convincing. This is a great example of a shadow of the stand-in going across Lindsay. If she was talking to a monitor, you would have never had that.
This shot was actually one of the most fun. The door does a few little magic moves.
Take a look at the door. The door only opens this far. Then on the next, the door is already open. So the challenge was to get the door to keep on moving until it got to its final stopping position. This is what it looked like before it was all cleaned up. See how the door just dissolves to its two positions. So the challenge there again was to marry it, basically one door tracked and moved so that it would continue to open until it got to its stopping position.
You have to be really careful because sometimes if I'm walking in a shot, there's a split screen. So once I had to walk upstairs and I walked into myself. And it looks really weird because if they didn't know that, I would be walking through myself on screen.
There was one challenge where the stand-in on the left, when she walks out of camera, she actually goes in front of our actress. So that created a big hole right here. So we needed to get that part of the actress back, and the way we did that is we took part of her jacket and morphed it. Basically took two pieces, one from where we see it at this point and where we see it at this point, and blended them together. Once you get to this scene, you can't tell that there's ever anything cut out of her.
If I'm sitting here and then there's another chair right here, if I did put it on the other chair, I'd be hitting myself.
Here's an example of a shot where we had to do a little bit of repositioning the hand.
When Lindsay was on the left, she had no one holding the paper in the exact position. So her hand points out just a little bit further than we would like. So we had to take her hand and put it back to a position that would be pointing at the paper. Otherwise, it's going to be pointing somewhere along in her wrist. You can see her hand Lindsay in this on the left doesn't move, but her hand does.
Oh, that's my dad. You have one old picture of your mom, and I have one old picture of my dad. But at least yours is probably a whole picture. Mine's a pathetic little thing all crinkled and right down.
At the time, we saw this pretty young girl in both roles, and I don't think there's anybody here that didn't question that she was quickly on the rise, even at such a young age.
I change over, I get my hair switched, and I go on set, and I just do the best I can.
It was very fun to work on because she looked like she was having fun.
It was fun.
I had several friends talk about their children seeing the film and were absolutely convinced that twins were being used. They would not believe that only one girl had been doing both parts.